I see Jim, but he's still muted.
I'm sorry. He's just down as Jim. That's why.
He's just down as Jim, I believe.
His last name. I apologize for that.
It's okay. It's hard to figure.
I've now asked you to unmute.
I am unmuted.
Wonderful. Thank
Mark,
you.
Do you miss me?
Always.
The floor is yours, Jim. 5 minutes.
I have a great presentation, but we're not going to use it because I can't put it up on my screen. The presentation is called Drugs Are Chemicals Too. Now, my name is Jim Maloney. I'm a chemist in the hazardous waste disposal business for over 30 years. I'm president of a company called Pharmacycle, and we collect, contain, and destroy cytotoxic chemotherapy drugs contained in human waste. So I gave this presentation to the EPA in 2009, entitled Drugs Are Chemicals Too. As a result, almost every medical waste incinerator in the country was shut down. MedRecycler's plant is fine for treating biological hazards, but it doesn't work with chemicals. And that's where everybody here is missing the point. Not everybody. What's not taken into consideration is other dangerous medical waste, such as common chemotherapy drugs, controlled cancer patients' human waste that comes right out of the stack of this facility. These chemicals are mutagenic, which means cause birth defects, miscarriages, and many other well-documented horrible effects. They also are teratogenic, which means it skips a generation before causing birth defects. What this system does not do is eliminate any of those hazards. So the U.S. regulation covering waste incineration prohibits pharmaceuticals from entering a medical waste incinerator, period. It's 40 CFR 60, 40 CFR 60.55C if you really want to get into the details. These chemicals will end up in our air, in our bay, in our soil, in our drinking water. 2019, United States Pharmacopoeia, a regulatory body for the FDA, issued regulations to control these chemicals so that there's zero human exposure, even ocean. Yet we take these chemicals from people and we're going to put them in this incinerator. The bodily fluids that they're going to put into this incinerator, you don't have to worry about the medical waste part of it or the pathogens. You're going to have to worry about the chemical waste part of it. It is illegal to even put the wrapper from some of these chemotherapy drugs in the trash. Yet we pump people full of these drugs, fill them up like a balloon, and then we send them home to their families. Up to 90% of it is excreted in their clothes, their sheets, into their families, their homes, their septic systems, and wells, and everyone's drinking water. If they're not flushed down the toilet, they're going to be collected and they're going to be sent to this facility where it's going to go straight up in the air. Our company, Pharmacycle, is currently working with Abina out in Denmark, and they're collecting the human waste from patients undergoing certain chemotherapy treatments, and we're doing it effectively and safely. The European Union recognizes the danger of cytotoxic drugs and their excretions. The Rhode Island DEM recognizes the dangers of extremely hazardous wastes and even regulates them. 2014, the Rhode Island DEM set a new category of hazardous waste called extremely hazardous waste, and it's chemotherapy drugs, and it includes the excretion of these chemicals. The DEM will say, well, we can't force people's bodies. It's like, these excretions are so deadly, when they hit one of these incinerators, they're just going to explode into our air, and they know it. And they can regulate our bodies. And tell that to my face mask. Even the Department of Defense shut down their chemical weapon incinerators for the same reasons. We fight chemistry with chemistry. Approval of the MedRecycle plan as written is extremely unsafe and should be denied. Are there any questions?